Compassion Games, a competition in giving, serving and forgiving, love wins.
What follows is a quick tour of a presentation on the Global Unity Games, Tomorrow Together, that took place from September 11th through September 21st. The results shown here are tallied from a scoreboard that come from the reports that are submitted by individuals and teams participating in the games. We know that only a small percentage of the people who participate submit reports, but even still, you can see the results were quite remarkable. This presentation focuses on the Dream Team of Champions of Compassion who participated in the Compassion Relay and the daily missions that were sent out to Agents of Compassion. The point of the Global Unity Games was to bring people together to learn about each other and do good deeds in a global expression of hope for a better tomorrow. We define global unity as a world of people with different nationalities, cultures, backgrounds, and belief systems who commit to live, learn, play, and work well together. Individuals and teams came up with ways to play, everything from a random act of kindness to an organized service project or activity and event. What we had never done before is organize a compassion relay with a dream team of champions of compassion who would pass the torch to each other during each day of the games. In doing so, the collective impact would be to bring more light to the work of these remarkable players. We created a profile for each of the Dream Team members, making it easy to post and share. The Compassion Relay began on Saturday, September 10th on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., where Points of Light, the largest service and volunteer organization in the world, lit and passed the Compassion Torch to 9/11 Day in New York City on Sunday, September 11th. In New York City, Sonia Richards-Ross, the four-time Olympic gold medalist, led a team, including Compassionate New York City and We the World, who packed over 500,000 meals, and when combined with the previous day's totals, donated over 2 million meals to feed hungry youth. The torch was passed from New York City to the West Coast, where Compassionate Silicon Valley, made up of the Silicon Valley Interreligious Council, the Mountain View Chamber of Commerce, Stanford University, and local citizens who, along with local county and city government agencies, began a Stand for Compassion campaign to have Santa Clara County become the first county in the U.S. where all the cities have affirmed the Charter for Compassion and participate in the Compassion Games. Proclamations were issued from Santa Clara County, the cities of San Jose, Milpitas, and Compassionate Fremont that are all part of Compassionate California. The Center for Compassion, Altruism, Research, and Education at Stanford University passed the torch to the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley. The Greater Good Science Center at Berkeley passed the torch to Gratitude Revealed, a collaborative project that they've been doing with Oprah Winfrey and Louis Schwartzberg. They've produced short films that illuminate the elements essential for revealing gratitude in one's life. On September 16th, the torch was passed to the Peace Jam Foundation. We met and interviewed Chad Meng Tan, better known as Meng, the former Jolly Good Fellow at Google. He's now co-chair of Billion Acts of Peace, along with 13 Nobel Peace Prize laureates, calling for education and compassion to bring about a more peaceful world. The torch was passed from Meng of the Peace Jam Foundation to an online live dialogue between the Dalai Lama Fellows and Hereditary Chief Phil Lane. The Fellows are young social innovators who work at the intersection of peace, justice, and ecology. And Hereditary Chief Phil was able to talk about compassion for Mother Earth and the current activities happening in Standing Rock. The Dalai Lama Fellows and Chief Phil passed the torch to the Parliament of World Religions, who since the 1890s have convened to achieve a just, peaceful, and sustainable world. As a great example of global unity, the Parliament of World Religions passed the torch to the United Religions Initiative. With over 700 cooperation circles around the world, URI had over 30 teams participating in the Games. Then the torch was passed to Compassionate Louisville, who has been a model compassionate city 4 years in a row. Mayor Greg Fisher, along with other great institutions, the Muhammad Ali Center, Festival of Faith, Service for Peace, convened assemblies in which the global game changers passed the torch to the United Nations for the International Day of Peace. On September 21st, the International Day of Peace, the torch was passed to the final day of 11 days of global unity, the TELUS Summit hosted by Rick Olfek on the Shift Network, Deborah Moldow, Monica Willard, and Sonia Richards-Ross, the 4-time Olympic gold medalist, all focused on how this International Day of Peace, unlike any other day, calls us to act with compassion and to protect and restore our relationships with ourselves, each other, and the world. Daily missions were sent to all the agents of compassion. Each daily mission highlighted one of the Dream Team Relay members. Each mission included a video from Gratitude Revealed. Each mission highlighted champions of compassion who would be on the live telesummit as well as be featured in the day's Compassion Relay. Each daily mission includes recognition for the sponsors of the Compassion Relay and the Compassion Games. The Compassion Relay is building and strengthening our capacity to blend together, to dynamically harmonize our intentions, movements, and actions. The relay draws upon the strength of our collective voices to influence public officials and policymakers and increase public awareness of the power of compassionate action to unite us in addressing the challenges and opportunities before us. We recorded, created, and broadcast more live and on-demand social media than we ever have before. You can see what Compassion Unites looks like. You can hear and be inspired by the stories of compassion. Over the last 4 years, the Games have demonstrated that they are a catalyst to ignite engagement while amplifying what's already working in communities, providing a framework and a baseline for measuring strength, and an engaging environment for learning and reflection. It's an open platform for cultivating participation and connecting to a global movement. The lifetime results include serving over 5 million people, raising over $80 million in contributions to causes. We invite you to consider playing and participating in an upcoming Compassion Relay, and how a win-win relationship can help do the heavy lifting with a light heart while bringing compassion to life.
Compassion Games, a competition in giving, serving and forgiving love.